Tonight, we are guests of an event at the Rivington Hotel, which stands directly behind me. We'll be traveling up to the 20th floor for an invite-only event with Bing.com. Now, Bing is hosting this event so they can let the word out to people about how you can use Bing for travel purposes. And the other side of the coin, they have Dhani Jones as their special guest, who's an NFL linebacker. Now, you might be asking yourself, what would Dhani Jones have to do with Bing.com?
I love to travel because I love to meet people. I love to find out stories. I love to share stories, and especially joining up with Bing and their amazing reach and what they're able to provide for so many people. Because people ask me all the time to say, it's so expensive, it's so hard to travel. And everybody who travels knows that there are shortcuts, right? There are shortcuts. Sometimes you might have to sleep on somebody's couch. You might have to find that discounted flight, or you just might want to find something. But the fact of the matter remains is, when you have to travel, you got to get out there and travel because you have that cabin fever.
Dhani Jones had a TV show for 2 seasons on the Travel Channel. Dhani traveled across the globe, and he played various sports in various countries across the globe. He played from everywhere, from Kenya to Australia to England. He played in so many different sports that I'm sure that he was happy to get back to football, where he plays with the Cincinnati Bengals as an NFL linebacker. So my purpose here tonight is not just to learn about Bing.com's travel purposes, not just to find out about what Dhani Jones feels about the lockout and what he plans on doing this season for the Cincinnati Bengals, but I'm curious to know about where he traveled to, what sports he played in across the globe, and what types of food he immersed himself into. Because Dhani is one of those types of people who's traveled so far around this world of ours. Join us for an interesting night with Bing.com and Dhani Jones as we're about to head inside. Standing here alongside Dhani Jones, who not only is an NFL linebacker for the Cincinnati Bengals, but he's a world traveler, he's an author, and I'm sure going to be a prize-winning playwright in the near future?
Maybe so. Possibly so.
Now, Dhani, first off, what brings you here to the event with Bing.com tonight?
Well, I established a partnership with Bing Travel. So helping people just really find the best way to travel. A lot of times people think it's so difficult and it's expensive, but ultimately if you utilize Bing's search engine, utilize its decision engine, utilize the decision engine of Bing, it can help you predict your flights. It also can help you aggregate all the different types of information that help you make travel that much easier.
So as a world traveler yourself, I mean, what have you gone down there and looked for that you have yet to travel to?
I mean, there's a lot of places I haven't gone. I mean, once I get there, then I'm going to look for a lot of them. So, everywhere from Cambodia. I've been to Cambodia and I've been to Thailand. I kind of wave it off as places that, but those are places I've crossed off my list. There's plenty of places to go, like Turkey and Israel. I mean, Vietnam. There's so many places to travel to, and everybody thinks that once you go to one place, that's the place you always have to go back to. And I always invite people to go places that are outside your comfort zone. Just go to places that you've never been before.
So, where's one place that you have yet to go that you're saying to yourself, I really need to get to this one place?
Israel. I'd like to get to Israel. I'd like to go to Israel. I'd like to go to Namibia. I'd like to go to Madagascar. I mean, it's almost as if I could swing the globe and just pick random places at nauseam. Those would be the places I'd go.
Now, you traveled a lot when you had your show on the Travel Channel, and you participated in a couple of different sports around the world. Are there any sports out there you participated in that made you say, thank God I've got to get back to football, because this is a little bit harder than I thought?
I mean, highlight was actually quite challenging when I was in Spain. And a lot of people talk about it, and I've heard about it and I've seen it, but to really be in that arena and try to catch the ball that's going like 180 miles an hour, 200 miles an hour, that's challenging.
I mean, was there other sports out there besides highlight that you're like, wow, I'm not sure if I'm able to do this, because here you are, you're a football player.
That was probably the hardest sport. I mean, even just walking in altitude in Nepal, I mean, that was challenging. But a lot of people talk bad about cricket, and that would be the sport that I would actually love to do. Actually kind of have been a little bit more fond of, because of the fact that I've learned how incredible the sport is. I mean, if you like baseball, you have to like cricket, because without cricket, there'd be no baseball.
That's a very good point there. Now, considering you're also a world traveler, I'm sure you've had a lot of different cuisines.
Yeah.
What would you feel when you come back to the States, makes you want to go back out there and say, I really need to enjoy this food once again? What food's out there?
In Croatia, there was some amazing oysters or some shellfish that was my first time trying. I mean, it just seemed like anything that had shell had some type of meat in it that you could try. And that was probably one of the places I'd love to go back to.
Wow. So it seems like, you like to get back to the States, but at the same time, you can't wait to get onto a plane to get to your next destination.
I gotta get out of here. I've gotta go. It's like sometimes I feel like I'm just like trapped, and I can't go anywhere because sometimes I'm locked down. But ultimately, you have to have a structured lifestyle. In some ways, you have to take care of business here in the States, but then partnering up with me and going and being able to travel to different places, that ultimately allows me to go out and create a sense of adventure, and then also bring it back so that other people can do the same thing.
Now, when you come back to the States, I know you have your own restaurant or business in Cincinnati.
Both of the cafes.
So when you do travel from town to town during the football season, are there any specific restaurants you feel like you've got to get to when you get to a specific city?
Owning a cafe, I like to stop at the cafes. I like to see what's going on in the cafes. But everything else, I just really rely on the people that I meet and really the relationships that I establish for them to take me wherever they think I should go. Because that's the best way to travel. That's the best way to learn.
Everybody knows what tomorrow's day brings. Are you excited to get back to training camp and for the season to start up?
I'm just excited about the free agent market. Football is sort of at a different place right now. The fact that the lockout's been going on so long, and ultimately there's going to be a free agent period, a free agent frenzy. So when that happens and when that all gets executed, it'll be interesting to see where I end up.
That's a very good point. The season that's going to be coming up, 2011, a lot of things have not yet to happen over the past few months, and a lot has to be transpired in a matter of days. In your opinion, what needs to transpire so guys like yourself remain happy for the next 10 to 15 years?
Well, that's what the lawyers are all about, and that's what our representatives and what everybody is doing for the NFL Players Association and the NFL. They're there to handle that. They're there to argue in our best interests and make sure that we have the best collective bargaining agreement going forward. Travel is about collaboration. Travel is about collaboration and the conversation and how you wish to bring back that information and serve others so that they will get out and travel. That's what's so great about the opportunities that we all see right now. That the conversation that we will all share with one another. I serve so that I can travel. I collaborate so that I can travel. I collaborate with Bing so I can continue to travel. Because ultimately, when all said and done, you're going to see me on the road and I'm just going to be looking out. I'm going to be traveling because that's what I love to do.